Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Menomonee Falls Public Library Board of Trustees monthly board meeting on Wednesday, May 15th, 2024 at 6 o'clock p.m. to order. First, we're going to go into public comment period. The Library Board of Trustees will hold a public comment period for purposes of allowing the non-appointed public the opportunity to address the board regarding any matter that involves the library or matters over which the Library Board of Trustees has authority to take. The public comment session shall last no longer than 15 minutes, and individual presentations are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. These time limits may be extended at the discretion of the board president. Library board members shall not respond to or debate matters raised during public comments. Public comments should be addressed to the library board as a body. Any questions or comments posed to an individual member of the library board will be deemed out of order by the board president. Presentations shall not deal in personalities or personal attacks on members of the board, the applicant for any project, library employees, or residents of the village of Menomonee Falls. No campaigning for political office is allowed during the comment period. Comments, questions, and concerns shall be presented in a respectful and professional manner. Any individual violating these expectations will be deemed out of order by the board president. Would anyone like to speak?
All right, my name is Ian Dickman. I'll start by simply saying thank you, Amy, for serving on the library board these past 3 years. It was a pleasure to serve alongside you for 2 of those years, and you've remained a respected trustee ever since. During your time on the library board, you've served the library and the community with professionalism, openness, and transparency. You were the library board president, advocated for the library at Library Legislative Day, and fostered a healthy relationship with friends of the library. Your 2023 Wisconsin Trustee of the Year award represents the hard work and commitment you brought as a trustee. You've never shied from asking the tough questions or sticking up to represent public concern. Your fiscal responsibility kept the library in good financial standings, and your passion for the library has always been clear. Let us not forget that it's your attention to detail and transparency that sparked our community to rally and demand village trustees properly fund our wonderful library. Because our library is wonderful, inclusive, and an important place for all people, regardless of their age, race, gender, sexuality, attire, or how affluent they may be. Amy, while your presence on this board will be missed, congratulations on the conclusion of a wonderful 3-year term. As you lose the title of library trustee, you once again join the community. A community where we, the people, will continue to hold this board accountable. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak?
Hi, Jason Kleinis, Menomonee Falls resident. I don't attend a ton of these meetings, but I'm at this library all the time, myself, my wife, my kids, every week. And we've noticed, Amy, and just wanted to say thank you, how wonderful this library is and what a benefit it is for the community. So I just wanted to come out today and to say thank you. I was here last week at the Forge. My daughters made library cards. They made Mother's Day cards up in the Forge upstairs, and I look forward for them to be able to do other activities like that. I also really appreciate that this is a library that welcomes everybody, even if we don't agree with everything. It's a welcome space and has materials for everyone. And I think that's in no shortage because of your effort, so thank you so much. Best of luck in what you're doing in the future. Thank you.
Jason, can
you fill out my response?
Yeah, sure.
Would anyone else like to speak?
I know that it's not usually permitted to speak to one board member by name, but Amy, in this case, I think they'll grant me a little leeway. I just want to thank you on behalf of all the library patrons and indeed the village as a whole for all the time and energy and efforts that you've put in. We can see the results, and we've benefited from your work. Personally, I learned a lot from you, and especially I appreciate the way that you've been a role model for public officials. I am not going to miss you because I'll see you here at the library a lot.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak? All right. Next, we'll move on to the consent agenda. Items listed under the consent agenda will be approved in one motion unless any board member requests that an item be removed for individual discussion. That item can be considered at an appropriate time during the board's regular order of business or under new business. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from April 17th, 2024 regular board meeting and the bill approval for April 2024 in total amount of $108,552.28.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion seconded.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Okay. Hearing none, all in favor of approving the minutes from April 17th, 2024 regular board meeting and the bill approval for April 2024 in the total amount of $108,552.28, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion passed. Next, we'll move on to the committee reports. First is the policy review committee. So we actually just met just before this meeting. We discussed the meeting room policy and the patron privacy. So our recommendations will be coming before the board at next month's board meeting. So be looking out for that. Other than that, that's all I got for that one. Next up, the special events, outreach, and fundraising committee. Amy?
Nothing, no updates. We have not met since last time. We were waiting for more progress to be made with a date for the coffee shop opening so that we could plan more activities for the grand opening. However, I did just want to thank the board for your contributions for the breakfast for the library staff. For those of us that attended, it was a really great event. There is a thank you card coming around from the staff if you haven't seen it. And I just really appreciate everyone's commitment to that.
Thank you. Let's see, next is the library board president's reports. So I don't have too much to report, so I'm going to try and keep it short. First, I want to say how fun it was to be able to come to the Staff Education Day on May 3rd and meet all of the library staff. It was really great to get to know them better, and I hope that we get to do more things like that in the future, as I think it helps all of us grow and come together. So,
Thanks for suggesting it. It was really fun.
thank you. I had a lot of fun. That's all I got for now. So, next is library director's report. Jackie.
All right. Hard to believe. It's almost summer. So my big thing that I wanted to talk about this month is that our summer library program is coming up. This year's theme is Adventure Begins at Your Library, and it runs from June 10th to August 10th. As a reminder, it is for all ages. So it's not just for kids. Teens and adults get the chance to participate. And this year we're challenging the Menomonee Falls community to read 2 million minutes this summer. I think we can do it. Variety of programs and events for all ages. And we are continuing to use the Bean Stack tracker, which is available online in an app form for people to record their minutes. Additionally, statistics-wise, things are looking really, really good. We're in a great place right now. Circulation continues to grow. We've seen the highest levels of Libby and Hoopla usage ever, which is wonderful. With Hoopla, you may have seen the press release that came out that as of May 1st, all Bridges Library System libraries have reduced the amount of monthly checkouts on Hoopla from 4 to 2. Many libraries in the system were struggling financially with Hoopla because it is pay per circulation. So for every time someone checks something out from Hoopla, the library has to pay, and that's usually anything from 99 cents up to $8 per checkout. So as it continued to grow, libraries were put in a really tough financial spot. We recognize that it's a really valued resource. I know I personally love Hoopla, so that was a tough change for me. So at the system level, a committee has been formed of library directors in order to determine what we're going to do moving forward in order to get patrons that on-demand popular content that's so much wanted and needed, but in a way that's fiscally responsible. So stay tuned for more information about that. Additionally, we just launched this week a patron satisfaction survey. So one of the strategic initiatives was to provide patrons the opportunity to leave feedback more often. So we have a very brief patron satisfaction survey that is now going to be on the end of every checkout receipt, both digital and print. And we're also going to have it on all of our correspondence that we have in emails with patrons when we're assisting them. And we are looking for opportunities to put QR codes throughout the building as well for people to leave feedback. We've already gotten some responses, which is really wonderful. And that is going to help us figure out how we can improve. We're all about continuous improvement and how we can make people's experience better. It also leaves patrons the opportunity to leave their contact information if they do want someone to contact them from the management team to discuss their experience with them, but they don't have to. Exciting news about the Children's Library. I know we originally were going to have everything done in November, but we were able to have the painting of the majority of the walls in the Children's Library done early in order to hopefully diminish the amount of time that Children's Library is unavailable to the public in November. So if you go over there, it looks very different. It's very bright, it's very joyful, and it really lights up the whole space. And it actually makes the rest of the first floor look very dark. So now, I'm already planning, okay, now we gotta keep it going. So I have some ideas in mind for that. And we also are continuing to partner with the Art Guild of Menomonee Falls, thanks to Ann, to hopefully explore some options to revitalize the tree in the children's area and bring it back to life.
That's terrific forethought on that, to get some of that painting done.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And it's really fun right before summer too, just to spice up the space a little bit. And a lot of the new furnishings have arrived too, so those are super fun.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
They're very bright, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the parents who sit while their kids are playing are like, gosh, those new chairs are so nice. And I'm like, thank you. We think you do deserve a nice chance to sit in a nice chair when you get that chance to sit down for once, right? So we're doing something nice for them. We did receive a grant from Bridges Library System in order to install a 75-inch display screen in the forge on the red wall that's in there. And that's going to help us assist with classes in there. And it will also allow us to advertise upcoming programs when we're not using it for tutorial videos or things like that. So that was an awesome grant to receive. It just got put in yesterday. So it's been like good thing after good thing happening lately. A new edition of The Storyteller also just came out today, and it is now 12 pages long because we have that many summer programs to show everybody, and the Friends of the Library sponsored the additional funding to make it a longer edition, so that was very good. In addition to all of that, the merch store is now live. So if you go on the homepage of our website, or if you look at Carol, who's wearing her Library Friends shirt, there's a variety of on-demand purchasing library swag. You can get a Menomonee Falls Public Library t-shirt, you can get a Friends t-shirt that's available through our Bonfire store. and proceeds do benefit the Friends of the Library. So it helps everybody out. So check it out. There's some cool stuff on there.
Do we have any of that, like the shirts or the sweatshirts out anywhere, or?
We do have some that we're going to put on display for you,
Okay.
and then we're bringing it to Memorial Fest and all that other stuff as well. So we're working on a display out there.
Well, and is there any thought to have, to purchase staff shirts and they can have like a Menomonee Falls shirt day or something?
We did just release today a special summer library reading program shirt that says Adventure Begins at Your Library, and on the back it has all the key dates for our big events and performers. So I'm expecting the staff to want to wear that this summer to show off what's happening.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
just to promote it, and
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
We're
Very
really,
cool.
It's been in the works for a couple of years now, and then it sort of dawned on us, we have a graphic designer on the staff. Who better than to design the t-shirts, right? So she's been working with our IT manager, who's also very talented with graphic design on this project. So yeah, it turned out great.
Awesome.
If you have any fun ideas for shirts, let us know. We're all ears. Trustee update. So as you guys all know, there will be a vacancy on the library board because Amy Schlotthauer's term is coming to an end. Matthew has told the village that he would like to be considered for reappointment. I mean, you just started, but because you were filling someone else's term, it came up very close. So we should hear something soon from the village, and we're expecting a nomination to either be made at the next May village board meeting or the first meeting in June. With that, next month at our meeting, we are going to be accepting nominations for the secretary-treasurer position and the president position. So start thinking if that's something you're interested in, if you're currently in that position, if that's something you'd like to continue, and then elections will be held in July. And I just wanted to reiterate, thank you so much to the board for coming to our staff breakfast at Staff Education Day. Latitude did quite the spread, and it was very generous of you to all come and get to know the staff and for feeding us for a long day of learning. So we really appreciate it. That was very, very cool. Thank you.
I'd just like to say it was a pleasure meeting your staff and just getting to mingle with everybody. It was a wonderful experience. And so I think I heard Nicole mention that, it'd be a nice thing to do every once in a while, just so they can get to see our faces too, and it was just a nice way to mingle in the morning and have a cup of coffee and get to meet everybody. So no, it was a wonderful experience. So thank you for inviting me.
Oh yeah, it was a great idea. I know everybody had such a good time, and the library staff are so cool. So who wouldn't want to talk to them? Right? And that's all I had.
Do we have an update on Latitude?
Oh, I sure do have an update on Latitude. As I said in my report, it's been a little bit of a lull lately as we get the architectural renderings and permitting figured out. So the plans for their countertop space were conditionally approved on May 9th, and now all we are waiting on is the plumbing permits from the village for the village's portion of the plumbing work. Once those get approved, then Latitude can begin continuing to work on their countertops. The electrical and plumbing will all come together, and I'm still staying really optimistic that we're going to have a summer opening. But it was definitely an unexpected hiccup in the process, but I foresee it continuing on really, really well. I know so much more about permits than I ever thought I would know.
It's a learning experience.
Yeah, it sure is.
All right, next is Village Trustees report. Ann?
All right, we had a very wonderful presentation by Menomonee Falls downtown, and several members came and spoke to us about all the events that are happening, and Menomonee Falls is going to be hopping this summer, to say the least. I mean, we have such a great group now running the two organizations, the MFDI and the BID, which are different but collaborate together. And I suggest if you haven't done this, go to MenomoneeFallsDowntown.com and you can get all the events, and they can even send you all the information. There's way too much to list it off now with everything that's going on. We have some amazing festivals, and it's going to be great. The other things that went on where the trustees were all approved into their positions, so General Government Committee will remain Paul Tata, Ann Lessela, Brad Jubber. Utilities and Public Works will be Katie Kress, Steve Taggart, Joel Stuhlen. The Business Improvement District Board will be Katie Kress. The Community Development Authority will be Brad Jubber, Steve Taggart. Library Board, Ann Lessela. Historical Society Liaison is President Jeremy Walls. Those are really the big things. We approved the awards for who's going to be doing some of our big road projects in Menomonee Falls, and with the extra money that we have from the stormwater utility, you're going to see a lot more. It's good and bad. You're going to see a lot more road work this summer. But we need it in a couple spots. That's it.
Next would be the school district report, but David's not here, so we'll move on to the Library Friends reports. Carol?
Yep. So many exciting opportunities being sponsored by the Friends. June 21st is the tree planting, which is partnered with Johnson's Nursery. So it's an educational opportunity for children to learn about native trees from a professional arborist. There are 13 trees that have been donated by supportive and interested Menomonee Falls residents, and they will be planted in Municipal Park, which is right over there, my sense of direction, yep. And so very exciting. The recent book sale was a great success. I think you said, Jackie, it was the second highest amount raised? Second highest amount raised. You said about Friends, so I was going to highlight my shirt, so thanks about that with the sale of t-shirts for Friends wear and also for library wear, so certainly check out the website with regards to that. The Friends board members will be helping to staff the Memorial Fest table. On August 27th, or late August, I think that date is etched in stone now, there'll be a Friends-only event called Indian Cooking with Alame Lou. It will be held here at the library. She's a popular chef and a cookbook author. She's been here at the library before, and her cooking demonstration was very well received. So the Friends are excited about organizing that with Alame Lou. And Kids Fest, August 10th. I think I mentioned before, will be co-sponsored by the Friends with Dynamite Dance. A Friends table will be set up, and there is still conversation being planned about a free sponsored craft project for children. So all these things are in the works, and those are highlights.
Thank you. Next, we're moving on to the commendation of Amy Schlotthauer for her 3 years of service on the library board. Amy, I'd like to present you with the certificate for your 3 years of service to the Menomonee Falls Library Board. You've been an inspiration to many people in your time on the library board, and you will be missed. I'd like to wish you good luck in all your future endeavors, and thank you for everything you've done. Thanks. I'm sure you did those.
Thank you very much.
Our next meeting will be Wednesday, June 19th, 2024 at 6:00 p.m. We are now going to convene into closed session under Wisconsin Statute 19.851C with the library director and library board for purposes of a performance review and goal setting for the library director.
No, you go ahead.
I move to go into closed session.
Second.
Motion to go into motion and seconds. Any No? Okay.
You're good.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. The only thing we have left on our agenda then is to vote on the grade increase for Jackie. I think we are recommending a 2% increase.
I make a motion to vote to approve a 2% increase for the library director for the upcoming year.
I will second that.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving a 2% increase for Jackie, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. And we are adjourned.